Hi, welcome back to our Trade Show University social media marketing for trade shows. And in this video, this is video number 4, we are going to talk about how to use YouTube for your trade shows. And so YouTube is a platform that almost everybody is familiar with and uses quite frequently. But you probably don't think about using YouTube with your trade shows, and so I want to change that and just talk about some different ways that you can make use of it. And in this session, I'll talk about free ways that you can use it and also some of the paid options. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's get started with talking about the free ways that you can use YouTube. Video is an incredibly powerful tool for demonstrating your products and services, especially things that are very complex and things that you can't bring to the booth space. So what I encourage my customers to do here at Display It is before you're getting ready to leave for your show, obviously well in advance, you want to think about all the topics that you could create video around, the complex things that are very difficult to demonstrate in the booth space, the questions that prospects always come to your booth space with. And so what I recommend doing is creating all of those videos in advance. And they don't have to be, you don't have to have over-the-top production values. They don't have to be exceptionally long. You can just create great content. This is the kind of stuff that you know and know well. Create these videos in advance. There could be 5, you could have 10. And so once you create them, you're going to upload them to YouTube and put them all into a single playlist. YouTube gives you the ability to organize your videos by playlist. So you can create a playlist for that particular event. And so what I recommend is you upload them, create your playlist, and then you've got the link to that playlist readily available. And you can use whatever follow-up, if you use a CRM system or other follow-up systems, use it to send out the link to the whole playlist or to specific questions that prospects have. The other benefit that comes from putting your videos on YouTube is a big search engine optimization benefit. And if you're not familiar with what that means, SEO, that just means creating content that is going to rank high in the Google search results. So since Google owns YouTube, very often videos on YouTube perform very well in Google search. So what I'd recommend, if you could create one video that's maybe a preview of your booth for that particular show, and let's say you called it the Exhibitor Show 2015 Preview. There's a very good chance that your content, if there's not a lot of other content, YouTube videos related to that show, could rank on the first page of a Google search related to the Exhibitor Show. So it's not a guarantee, but it's something that has a decent chance of happening. The other search engine optimization benefit that you can get is if you think about naming your video to match the question that people will search for or that they ask, whether in the booth space or whether they're on their computer. If your video, like how do I create a great YouTube video? Okay, now that's going to be a competitive term to rank for, but if your product or service is very niche and you titled your video that way, there's once again a very good chance that someone who may not even be going to the show but is a prospect could see that video. So great search engine optimization benefit. You can also use YouTube as a paid advertising platform. Now in video number 1, we talked about using Facebook. We talked about how you could retarget. You could show your Facebook posts to people who'd visited your website. Well, YouTube provides that same benefit through the Google AdWords marketing platform. So like I said, this is one of those things that is complicated and takes a lot of training and knowledge. But once again, if you're willing to invest and spend the time, it could be a great tool. So I'm going to talk about it and share information. So if you want to use YouTube as a paid advertising platform, you can use retargeting. So basically you can set up to show the video that you want to show to the certain traffic that's come to your website. It can be traffic that's been to any page on your website or just very specific pages on your website. And basically where the individuals that you target will see the video is either just before a video video that they wanted to watch. your ad shows up, and it'll run for 5 seconds, and then the viewer will have the chance to skip your ad or continue to watch it. So if you make a interesting, informative open, there's a good chance that they'll watch your ad. Also, your ads will show to people who've visited your website, maybe when they land at youtube.com and they're getting ready to do a search, or it could show to the side of the video that they're watching. So these are very powerful tools. You at least get some branding, and the cost is fairly reasonable. The second way that you can target, I mean, there's a number of other ways, but I think the second most relevant way is to use to target placements. So what that means is you say, I want my video to show just before videos by this channel or this company. So if there is a related influencer in your industry, just like how we talked about with Twitter, you can set up the YouTube platform to show your video before that other video, or to have your video to the side of that video when they search that topic. That's just a few of the ways that you can use YouTube as a powerful trade show marketing resource. And once you get in the habit of doing it for trade shows, you're going to see that it can provide benefits in all areas of your marketing. So I hope that was helpful. All right, we've got one more video in our series. That will be coming soon. And we're going to talk about a variety of different platforms, some newer ones like Snapchat or even Instagram. And a lot of times people don't think about, they think Snapchat is just some tool for teenagers. But maybe not this year, but a year and 2 years down the road, it's going to be really relevant for trade shows. And if you learn it now, you'll be ahead of the curve. We'll talk to you again soon.